Hi, my name is Steve Garrett. I'm one of the managing partners here at Carrydeckcranes Incorporated. We wanted to do this video to familiarize you with some of the things that we do, some of the products that we offer. The one thing that we want to stress is that we only do small industrial cranes. Right at this moment, we only do 8.5 ton cranes and below. You can see some of the cranes that we do behind us here. We've got a couple of Brodersons, we've got a Terex, and we do Groves and everything else as well. So one of the things that we stress is we try to make sure that we get you the right crane that is suited for your particular job application, because there are many differences, many structural differences and functional differences in many of these cranes. And our entire thrust here is industrial cranes. We don't do anything else. We don't do bulldozers, we don't do excavators, we don't do any of those things. So one of the things that I want to make sure that you know is that my partner and I, Kevin Brown, are both trained and qualified mobile crane and rigging inspectors. Each one of these cranes before they leave here is inspected, and we make sure that it's going to do the job that you need it to do, and it's going to do it safely, and it's going to do it properly. So if you're an experienced crane operator, if you're an experienced crane owner, we won't waste a lot of your time. If you call us on the phone and you know which crane you want to have and you know which one's going to do the job for you, well, then that's the crane we're going to sell you. And we're going to make sure that that crane, when you get it, is everything that is described to be and everything that you expect it to be. If you're a new crane owner, if you're somebody who hasn't had a lot of experience with them, you're a little hesitant about what exactly it is that you need, we're going to talk over your particular needs and your specifications, and we're going to talk about the cranes that we have in stock and spend some time to make sure that you get the crane that's going to do the job for you, because we don't want to sell you a crane that's too small for the job, but we also don't want to sell you too much crane for the job. We want to get you exactly what it is that you need. For example, we have some Brodersons here in stock. We have this Terex here in stock. We have IC20s, we have IC35s, we have IC80s. We have a lot of things that we can offer. And there are some specific differences that we can describe to you about these cranes. For example, if you were a crane owner that was going to use a crane indoors, if you're going to use it for, say, setting pipes inside of a plant, something like that, and you need an 8.5 ton unit, we're probably going to recommend one of these Brodersons with 4-wheel steers so that it's going to be maneuverable. You're probably going to need a crane that is dual fuel because of the emissions, but also we can supply diesel cranes that have scrubbers on the exhaust that make them extremely clean. On the other hand, say for example, if you're a crane owner that needs a crane for outdoor work and your specifications are a little heavier, we might recommend this Terex D85i, because the cab's a little larger on the inside. It's the cab enclosure for use in rough weather. The boom cross section is just a little bit bigger. The crane is heavier altogether. You can pick up a load a little farther away from the center line, perhaps for any given weight that you might be able to with some of the other cranes. And so the thing that we just want to make sure that you understand is that we're here to make sure that you get the crane that's going to do the job for you. Now, one of the things that we do offer is our delivery and demonstration service. In the last year or so, we have delivered cranes on our truck to the state of Maine. We've delivered them to Maryland. We've delivered them to Ohio. We've delivered cranes to Iowa, to Fort Collins, Colorado. We've delivered cranes to a lot of places. We've also shipped them and provided shipping services both domestically and internationally. We have put cranes in containers, and we've sent them to Chile, and we've sent them to Costa Rica, and we've sent them to Malaysia, and we've sent them all sorts of places around the world. But when you opt for our delivery and demonstration service, what will happen is it probably in most cases it's me. We put that crane on a truck, and in the lower 48 states here in the United States, we will bring that crane to your location. We will pull it off the trailer, and we will take some time and we will demonstrate and do a little bit of training about basic operation and controls for your crew. And it's a little bit different that way than just buying a crane, having it put on a freight truck, and having it show up at your facility one day, because very frankly, if you're buying a crane 200, 500, 1,000 miles away from home, sometimes you don't know what you're getting. Well, if I'm standing there and I'm going to bring that crane to you, you bet that when it goes on that trailer that I'm going to make sure that everything is inspected, all the services are done, and that crane is going to be as we described it to you before we shipped it. So here at Carrydeckcranes Incorporated, one of the things that we like to do is to, once again, is we stress customer satisfaction and making sure that you get the crane that is going to do the job for you, and that is almost 100% of the battle. Thank you very much.